Welcome to the depths of the forest. Beneath the dense canopy, where sunlight barely reaches, life still operates according to the most primitive, ancient rules. This is a world where only the most adaptable creatures can survive and thrive. But life is not limited to the damp ground. Look up. In the towering trees, far above the foliage, another ecosystem thrives. A forgotten world of the canopy, where space becomes open. A great empire is being built right here. Every branch, every strand is the foundation for life. This is a powerful proof that life can exist and thrive not only on the ground, but also on the highest peaks. And here, the beginning of a civilization. The bark, seemingly lifeless and dry, becomes the main material and the strong protective wall for the new home. But for that, there must be a trade-off. This is the moment of initiation, where the queen ant performs a sacred and painful ritual. The queen sacrificed her beautiful wings. The wings that had once carried her in search of freedom were now shed to become a source of nutrition and raw materials. This was the transformation. From a flying virgin, she became a fertility queen, ready to devote all her energy to the mission of creating the first generation of workers. From this moment, the empire would be officially born. The entire life of the colony is contained within these tiny eggs. In the darkness of the nest cavity, the queen ant must care for the first brood of worker ants, using her own reserves of energy. The worker ants were the first. They were the first workers born to serve. They began to build, expanding their living space, turning the crack into a safe base. Over time, the ant colony grows at a rapid pace. They use every available material, rotten wood, clay, and saliva to create a solid wall, a complex structure that protects against changing weather and predators. This kingdom is built inside a giant rotten tree. The dry wood and bark are the main materials, creating a natural fortress. The ants use every fiber of the soft wood to carve out a complex maze of egg chambers and storage tanks. The ant nest in the tree is an architectural wonder, taking full advantage of its environment. However, the rotten tree trunk is full of surprises. The ants are constantly faced with large gaps or holes. They must quickly bring in materials to fill in the gaps and reinforce the walls. Each worker ant is an engineer, working tirelessly to ensure that this nest stands firm and safe against all the dangers and harsh weather of the forest. For worker ants, each journey is a huge burden. They carry valuable supplies, ensuring a source of nutrition for the 40,000 inhabitants of their colony. Hundreds of individuals move according to a perfect pattern. This traffic system never gets congested, thanks to chemical signals and absolute discipline. Collective spirit is key. Food is shared through mouths, ensuring that every member, including the queen ant and larva, is nourished. In their high-altitude environments, water is the most precious resource. They are expert water gatherers, ensuring the necessary moisture supply for their nests. Inside the nest, life goes on incessantly. Worker ants constantly move their larvae to find the optimal temperature and humidity. They are the caretakers, the guardians of the future of the entire empire. Nature is unforgiving. A sudden downpour is a disaster. They must find shelter in a flash, because even a single drop can sweep away an entire individual. Sometimes luck brings a big feast. They send out signals to call their teammates, and in an instant, dozens of worker ants will join forces to bring the loot back to base. Faced with danger, warrior ants are a rapid response force. They are larger, with jaws designed for both defense and combat. Any creature that enters the territory is a potential threat. Spiders, beetles, or even humans. Intruder detected! The pheromone alarm signal is transmitted like electricity, mobilizing the entire defense force in an instant. It thought this would be an easy meal, but it was wrong. Immediately, hundreds of worker ants abandoned their work and rushed out of the nest like an angry black flood. No longer diligent workers, they were now a suicide squad, using their overwhelming numbers to defend their shared home. Faced with a living wall of sharp jaws, the baby spiders quickly realized their mistake. Completely overwhelmed, the predator turned and fled, seeking easier targets. Facing the monster, the black ant warrior doesn't back down. Just look at how it raises its enormous jaws in defiance. Exhausted and paralyzed, the giant collapsed. The battle was over. Its body was no longer a threat, but had become a lavish feast to feed the entire ant colony. The danger never truly left. From beneath the trees, age-old enemies, the ferocious fire ants, were beginning a new invasion, poised to strike. The battlefield truly erupted. While the black ants tried to use their powerful jaws to trap their opponents, the fire ants retaliated with their most fearsome weapon: bone-chilling venomous stings. Neither side would back down. The clanging of their armored bodies echoed throughout the tree. Finally, the red tide was pushed back. The invaders were forced to flee before the steely resolve of the black-clad army. The dust of the battlefield settled, giving way to the peace that once prevailed. There's no time to rest. The worker ants plunge into the rebuilding process. Broken walls are rebuilt in an instant. The will to protect the colony transforms each tiny individual into a tireless worker. Order was quickly restored from the chaos. This terrifyingly coordinated effort is the clearest evidence of the ants' power. The victor is not just the strongest, but the one who knows how to get back on their feet the fastest after each battle. Trees are not just nesting places, they are homes and sources of everything ants need. The relationship between ants and trees is symbiotic, protecting each other from predators. Worker ants will work until the last day of their lives. Their lives are a complete sacrifice for the collective. There is no personal glory, only the survival of the kingdom. The Black Ant Empire in the trees is a lesson in organization, discipline, and remarkable adaptability. It reminds us that even the smallest creatures can build the most complex and magnificent societies.